recording. The screen share file. Show my screen. Okay, great. Okay. Is my screen visible? Hello.
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Visible.
Okay, great. Okay. So yesterday we were talking about the scope of var data type and the let data type, right? So first, let me go to the let data type. Okay. Here I've declared let greet one equal to evening. Then I updated this greet one value to night. Okay. Then in an if condition where one equals to one, which is true, once it is true, enter into this block, right? So as the condition is true, we will be entering into this block. Now here I am trying to access this greet one value inside if condition, and I'm trying to print it. And also I'm trying to print it outside the function, outside the if condition as well. So when I'm trying to do this, see, if I comment this out, now when I run this, see, it is saying undefined, which means, let when it is declared outside, I mean, when it is declared in the global level, we cannot access it inside any block. I mean, the block starts from here, curly brace, and ends here, right? So when we created the let any variable with a let keyword, let data type, then we cannot access it inside. We have to declare again inside, like I can say, okay, once you have declared inside, then only it, okay, where exactly it went? Um, okay, great afternoon. Sorry. I need to put it in quotes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now I can access it inside. But if I don't declare it inside the block and trying to access the greet one value from outside the block, then it says undefined. But whereas var data type keyword, var keyword or var data type, if I comment this out, now I've created a variable name as greet and named this as evening, then updated it as night. Okay, now I'm trying to access the same greet value inside the block of code using the var data type. Here as var, here is also var, but here it's let and here itself is let. So when I'm trying to access it inside the block of code, the same greet value, now when I run it, see, now I can access it. So that is the difference. I mean, the scope of var keyword, var data type keyword is greater than let or const. Let and const are only, if you want to access the let declared data type value inside a block of code, then you have to declare it inside here. You have to declare inside here as well. Okay. Um, so this. Uh, huh. So you have to declare inside the block as well. But for the var, you need not to declare inside the block. You can access if it is even declared outside the block. You can even access it, from the outside the block of code, into the inside the block of code. You can access the value. So here we can access it, and it will throw give us an output. But here, when we don't declare inside the block, here it will give it as undefined. So that is a um, That is a difference. And we will be coming across this var keyword. We will be using this var keyword times, and very rare, but we will be using them mostly in web automation, like Playwright or Cypress, where we will be using the var key data type to declare our variables. The only reason is the scope. I mean, you can declare the variable outside the block of code, still you can access the value from outside the block of code. But for let and const, we have limitations. Like if we declare outside the block of code, you cannot access it. So again, you need to declare it inside the block of code. So that is the reason we at times we will be going with the var data type, um, in order to creation and accessing and declaring the variables. Okay, so this is the difference. So whenever you come across var keyword, just think, okay, it is only to access the variable values, only to access the variable values which are not declared inside the block and which are declared outside the block. Only to access these values, we are creating the data, variables as var keyword using the var data type. So nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Okay. So yes, so this is a thing I wanted to explain, because you might come across, you will be coming across this especially when you work on Playwright or Cypress, for web automation. The var will be used more over there. So that's the reason. Okay, great. So now we are done. Now let's go to the yesterday's topics. Okay, let's go to that functions. I mean, reduce, filter, and map functions. We'll see some more examples. Okay, let's see some more examples. Okay, first we'll take this. Okay, here I have an array, integer array, which has multiple numbers, multiple elements, numbers as elements in an array. Okay, now what I'm doing here is, um, first I'm going ahead and getting the total marks. I mean, I want the calculated, total marks calculated, and give me the one number. Give me only one, one data type number. So if we want all the array elements to be calculated or multiplied or any arithmetic operation and give us the output as one, then definitely we will be using a reduce method, right? We will be going with the reduce method, not mapping, not filtering. We will be going with the reduce method. So that is what I did here. I mean, I used marks dot reduce, and for reduce we need two parameters. We need two parameters, one being accumulator and one being current value. Okay, so I use accumulator as someone, named as someone, and then subject marks, current value as subject marks. Then I use, this is a arrow function, right? This is a arrow function. Then I went ahead and added someone plus subject marks. Here what I did, if you see, yesterday we were doing, we were placing it in a separate line. We were placing it in a separate line, like in this way. We were placing in someone equal to someone plus total marks, in this way. But we can also, when we are using an arrow function, we can also write it in this way. We can directly write it in this way. I mean, it is just reducing the lines of code. Okay, it's just reducing the lines of code. We can write it, if when you use arrow function, we can write it in this way. And same, starts with 0, as we are doing addition, so we need to start with 0. Then when I run this, let me comment this. See, I got the number. I mean, added all the numbers inside this an array and got one data type, one number data type. So this is how we can write one more way of writing. In order to reduce the lines of code, this is one more way, using the arrow function, And also I did the same for multiplication. For multiplication, rather than using 0 here, I used 1. Why 1? Because if you multiply by 0, as we discussed, multiply it by 0, then the output will be 0. So as we need the right number, when we multiply all these elements in an array, we want the right number. Then that is the reason I've given starting number as 1. Starting as 1. Okay. So when I run this, see, I got this is as the result. So 40 into 50 into 60 into 70 into 80 into 90, this is the number. Okay, so this is one more way. I mean, it's just reducing the lines of code. If you want to reduce the lines of code, um, when you're creating a program or when you're writing your logic, then this is one more method. You can use yesterday's method, that is also fine. This method, this is not yesterday method, sorry, yesterday's way of writing, uh, that is also fine. And you can also go in this way, this is also fine. Uh, it's just like saving the memory uh, in your system. Apart from that, I think it doesn't make much difference much it doesn't make much difference. You can go in a 3 4 lines of code, or you can reduce your lines of code in this way. But these all comes in with the practice. Once you practice, then you will get to know, okay, how more can I reduce the lines. Here we haven't used any return data type. We haven't used any other lines of code which we are using yesterday. Okay, so this is the one. Now we'll see one little more examples on these. Is this understood? Okay, sorry, is this understood till here? Is it understood? We have used a reduce method and given 2 parameters and used the arrow function, and we have written the logic here. And for multiplication we started with 1, whereas for addition we started with 0. Nothing, and there's no difference. Apart from that, there is no difference. And then we printed with concatenation of a string, which just concatenation of the string, stating that this is a method multiplication and this is method sum. Apart from that, there is no difference. Is this understood till here?
Yes, Ashish.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
it's clear.
Yeah. So it's just reducing the lines of code. Apart from that, there is no difference. Okay. Now coming to, okay. Now we'll also see why exactly we need to learn or explore reduce, filter, or map functions. Okay. Now I'll show you one. These are examples. These are examples. And like why exactly we need to use these functions and why these are more popular and more mostly used. Okay, here I want to create a new array with only even numbers from the scores array. I just want even numbers from this array to be printed out, and it should be a new array. Yes, definitely, when you filter something and you just want the even numbers from that array, then it will definitely create a new array. So for that, what we have used here, we went ahead and created a variable and named it as an empty array. Because why exactly empty array? Because we want to place all even numbers in this empty array. In this empty array we want to print all even numbers. Then we have used the for loop. Okay, where we have iterated, I mean we have went through all the elements in an array. Then the length, yeah, this is less than length. Because okay, now if I want to put scores dot length minus 1, okay, minus 1, then what should we use here? What is the symbol that we need to use here? Less than will be good, or we need to add something else as well? Less than will be good, or we need to add something else as well? Okay, we need to add less than or equal to, right? Because when we say scores, dot length minus 1, which means equal to index. It should be equal to index. So we need to say less than or equal to index. I mean less than or equal to scores dot length minus 1. But when we only use less than, then we need not to use this minus 1. Then we iterated one element. Then we said if scores, okay, if scores, the scores array, I mean index percentile of 2 equals to 0, equals to 0, then what we have used here, we have used an array method, one of the array method, push,
Push
array
out.
method
Mm.
push, which will push all those, which this condition, if this condition matches, all those elements will be pushed, okay, will be pushed into this even scores. It will be pushed into even scores array, uh, using this method, push method. But what is a parameter? We This is a parameter. I mean scores uh, I, scores I. Why I? Because why scores dot I? Because on this array we are giving a condition like if this array percentile 2, I mean reminder, when divided by 2 equal to 0, then push all those elements into this even scores array. Okay, so when we print it, see, we got this. Now this, I mean this is like we are using n number of lines in here. So in order to reduce the lines of code, we can go with those higher order functions. Okay, let me this copy, comment this, then print it here. So here I've used a variable, same variable here. Okay, I mean, I've created a new variable because we will be having a new array. Then I said scores, which is this array, filter. Okay, we have to filter where this, we can name anything inside the parameter, we can name anything. Okay, then an arrow function. Then I have given a condition here. Then I have printed it. So now you see how, see, now it went ahead and printed our output. Now just give me a minute, let me see. Okay, this one thing. Okay, let me run this. Okay, and when we concatenate this, the output is, then, okay, now when I run this, okay, it is not printing in the array manner. I mean, it is not printing in an array manner, but yes, it is giving all the numbers in the output. So only thing is when you concatenate with a string, when you concatenate with a string, or I think this is how it outputs. This is how it outputs. But if you don't concatenate with anything, then it gives in an array format, in this array format. So this is, just make sure that when you're writing something and when you're printing, make sure that you, if you want in an array format, in this format is, then don't concatenate. But if you want to concatenate and show it, I mean, show to the customer that this is the output, then I think here it should also print as an array, but I'm not sure why exactly it is not printing as an array. This is the output. Okay, then concatenate. Okay, let me see if we can, this is the output. And then I use this one. I use a string interpolation. Let's see what happens here. Ha. Okay, now let me see. Okay, this is output. Okay, yeah, still it is printing it. It's printing all the digits out, but it's not printing in an array format. But yes, rather than creating a separate variable with an empty array, then writing a for loop, and then writing a if condition, then pushing all the elements into that new array, you can directly do it in this way. Or you can just, if you don't want to, if you want it to be displayed in an array format, do- just print the variable, just print the variable. So here We have one line, two lines, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. 9 lines of code. But here we only have 2 lines of code. So it reduced our work. It reduced our lines of code, right? So so this is how, I mean, when it comes to arrays, this filter, map, reduce functions are higher order functions. I mean, those are mostly used and most powerful and more efficient, I can say more efficient, and yeah, less memory will be used when you're writing the code. Okay, so rather than writing 9 lines of code, you're just writing 2 lines of code and you're getting the same output. There's no difference in the output, right? The only thing is you need to know how to write it, how to, or you can also, you can expand this one as well. If you want, you can expand this one. You can expand it more, rather than writing an arrow function. If you want to expand it more, you can expand it. That is completely fine. But yes, I mean, these lines of code are more, but these lines of code will still be lesser when you use this filter, reduce, or map functions. Okay, now we'll see another example. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, let me copy this and paste it. Okay, here what I'm doing, create a new array with only even numbers from the scores array and multiply each value with 3. Okay, I want I want this even numbers, and then I want to multiply it as well. So I want to multiply. So just give me a minute. I want that 3 array 2. Okay. Now what I did, I created an empty array, same like earlier. I created an empty array. Okay. And then I used for loop. Okay. Same scores dot length I plus plus. Then this condition is same. Okay. But here what I did, I added another logic, like once when you're pushing into multiplied scores array, before pushing, get me the even elements, even numbers, and also multiply them with 3, then push it to multiplied scores array. Okay, now when I run this is what we get, right? Now how can we use these higher order functions to reduce the lines of our code? So let's see that example. Okay, okay, let's run this, comment this. Okay, and okay, I think we have to multiply it. Where did I? None. Mm, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Copied a wrong one. Even even scores, even scores. I should mm multiplied scores. Yeah, multiplied scores. Oh, sorry, I need not even scores.
Scores only.
Yeah, score. Okay, now here before doing this, we need to make sure that we get the, okay, sorry, we need to get better get the, okay, a filter, we need to get this too. Yeah. Mm. Then we can use this even scores. Then yes, take this and here. Okay, okay, now we need not to print this, we don't want this to be printed. Okay, so see here, we only used 3 lines of code, 1, 2, and 3. But here we used n number of, I mean, I think it's same 9 lines of code which we have used. Rather than using these many lines of code, what we have done, first we filtered all the elements. that are reminder, that leaves reminder as 0 when divided by 2. Okay, and we stored it in a different variable. Okay, we stored it in a different variable. Now let me show you one thing here. Okay, I'll remove this as well. Okay, and let me comment this out, and let me uncomment it. Okay, now when I run this, I got this, right? So this is an array, right? This is an array, but array with even elements. Now when it is an array, we can use filter method, we can use map method, we can use reduce method, right? So as I got an output as an array, so I can use the map method, I can use another filter method also, I can use the reduce method also. So that is what I did. Now when a I used a map method on a newly created array, on a newly created array. Okay, then that newly created array, I wanted it to be multiplied by 3, right? Which also creates a completely new array, and that new array I stored in this multiplied scores 1. Okay, now there is one more point I want to say here. Okay, this we see in an array format, right? Both we see an array format, because this starts with square and this ends with square bracket and starts with square bracket. Now I'm concatenating this with a string. Okay, this is an array 1. Okay. Mm, and then I use the same. This is an array. Okay. Now when I run this, see, still we are getting an, what to say, expected output is correct. I mean, still it is taking this as an array, but in our output it is not displayed as an array, it is not displayed as an, I mean, we don't see the square brackets starting or the endings side, but it still considers, JavaScript still considers this as an array. That is the reason it is going ahead, it is able to work on map function on this array, on this even number elements of an array. Okay, so internally this is still an array, JavaScript still considers this as an array. That is the reason
Ashish,
this, yeah.
can I, if you don't mind, I just want to interrupt with this concept.
Yeah,
I
yes, yes.
just did the research. What they are saying is when we use the concatenation, like when you use a plus, then the console.log, whatever we are using, like plus, so you are using array here, right?
Mm.
Plus multiplied scores one is an array. But when we use plus, then it converts this into the string. So if we want this as an array, remove plus and use comma, then it will give you output as an array. Instead of plus, just remove the plus and use comma.
Okay, okay, understood, got you.
So this plus is considering that it is doing the concatenation and it is converting as a string.
Right, correct. I got your point, I got your point. Yes,
Now
yes.
now this is as a array.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah,
No,
now I
no
got your
worries.
point.
Even I did the research just now when you were teaching. I thought
Oh,
I should
okay.
check how does it work. Why is it
Thank
not
you.
getting an array?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Okay, now I got your point, because when we add one, okay, then with one, okay, here it is converting this one into string. Okay, now when I run the output, see, it is giving 11. But when I do the same console.log, okay, I think there is this comma, and I think, let me see if that works too. I just want to give it a try. Now this,
Converted integer.
yeah. Okay, sorry. This, I need to add one more plus one. Here I need to add one plus, sorry, one plus. Yeah. If I do now, if I see here, okay. Now please see this. Okay, here. Okay. Now when I run this, here we are getting So here after string, whatever we concatenate, it converts into string. And here before string, if you're concatenating, if you're trying to do some mathematical calculations, then it adds, then it prints the string. So here it is trying to convert it to in a number. So let me try this one more. Okay, now I got one more idea. Let's see if this works or not. I'm not sure. um, Multiplied scores, I want to place it before the string. Before the string I want to place it, and let me try to print this. Let me see if how it this works. uh, mm, 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 Multiplied, then yeah, give some space. Now run this. Okay, still it converts, still it is converting this into an array only. Okay, then please yeah, thank you so much. Then please put a comma. If you put a comma, then yeah, we'll get it in array format. Okay, so yeah, so this is a way, I mean, rather than using multiple lines of code, we can use this filter or map functions in order to reduce the lines of code and get our, get the expected output. Use the same logic and get the expected output. So here we are only using 3 lines of code. Here we are using 9 lines of code. Okay, and yes, and please, please use comma if you want array to be printed out. When you concatenate, yes, it converts into string. Okay. So this is one more example. uh, it is understood till here. Is this understood?
फिर से आशीष थोड़ा बोलिए हाँ प्लस और जो कन्फर्टेशन कॉमा और प्लस चेंजेस हुआ तो उसे
Okay, okay, let me comment this completely. Okay, okay, let me take this. Okay, here. Okay, this is string. This is a string because it is inside double quotes or single quotes. Okay, it
यस
is a string. Then after that, I'm trying to do addition of two numbers, right? Trying to do addition. Let me comment this also. Okay, when I run this, see, it is converting after the string whatever you try to concatenate, or it might be any addition or anything that you want to do. Then it will not perform. It will convert this 1 plus 1 also into string. JavaScript internally converts this also into string. That is the reason it is displaying as 111. It thinks everything is a string. After the string, whatever you want to concatenate or whatever operation, mathematical operation, if you want to do, still it will consider this everything as a string. But when you add it, when you do addition before, when you do an addition before, okay, then try to concatenate with a string. What it does is, here, let me cover this. Now what it does is, here it added this. Then it tried to convert this one into a number data type. But it it it, it didn't convert it. I mean, it was not able to convert this one, which is a string data type, into a number data type. So that is the reason it added these two. Then it printed the string in the same way, like 1. Okay, first it added 1 plus 1, which is 2. Then it tried to convert this 1 into number, which was not possible by JavaScript. So it printed the complete 1 outside in this way. Now uh, this what happened here when I used plus symbol here. When I used the plus symbol, not in here. Okay, copy this, cut, and then here. Okay. Now, when I used a plus symbol here, what it did is, it saw, okay, this is a string, then plus. Okay, when we say plus, which means concatenate with whatever is following after the string, then it thought it, actually this is an array. Actually, this is an array. But what JavaScript thought is, it went ahead and it converted this multiple scores array into a string. it converted it because it followed after a string. It followed after a string. It concatenated one.
Then converted
Yeah,
into
yeah,
string.
yeah. Interesting.
But
So let.
line number 27 assist
Uh,
1 + 1 comma then उसके बाद string लिखो देखो run करो
I that will nah, this will not make any difference because okay, sorry. Let me
उसको
comment
comment
this.
करो
Yeah,
21
yes. It will not make any difference because we are not doing any. I mean, we are just printing. Okay. I understood your point.
space
Okay.
space counting one space.
Okay, that is fine. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, this still prints in this way. Um, I understood your point. Maybe in other programming languages we don't have this comma thing, right? I think we don't have this comma thing. Okay, let me show one more example. I'll create couple of variables. Okay, 10. Let b equal to 20. Let c equal to 30. Okay. Mm, other programming languages, I'm not sure in other programming languages when you're trying to print the variables all at once. Let me see. Let me give it a try. Java online compiler. Hmm, compiler. Okay. Here we have int, right? Int a equal to 10. Int b equal to 20. Int c equal to 30. Okay. Then system, and here a comma b comma c. Okay, let me try to print this. Nah, it gives an error. So other programming languages, when you use this comma, okay, it it throws an error. But look at JavaScript. Now here, same concept. I'm using the same concept. A comma b comma c, right? Now when I print it, see it printed out. So only in JavaScript, you have this option. I mean, I can also show one more example. Uh, Let me take one more example. Let, okay, we have this array. Okay, we have the array. Now take, uh, I'll create a person object. Okay, person object. Mm, first, first name, shish, comma, age, 99, then comma. Uh, yeah, I think this is more than huh. So now what I can do here is console.log. So here first I'll print the object, then
Okay.
I'll print the array as well. Okay, I'll print the array as well, then I'll print one of the variable. Okay, let me take b. Okay, see this. When you print this, see it printed. I mean, let me comment this out. And what else I need to comment? See here, it printed the object as well as it printed the array in an array format. Okay, then it printed the number, the data type number as well. So this is a this is a JavaScript functionality and JavaScript advantage, I can say. You can use this comma operator. You can use this comma operator, and so that you want to print, if that data type, if you want to print in the same way, then you can print in this same way. Okay, now I just want to do one thing here, everything to be in a new line. Let me see if this works here or not. It doesn't work. Okay, new line doesn't work here. This
Can you use plus here? Like it will consider as a string, right?
sorry.
If we do the plus,
Uh-huh.
if we use concatenation, then it will print as a string, right? Can we do
uh
that with this
yeah,
directly?
yeah, let me try. Let me see if it prints. Yeah, it
Okay,
printed
that's
it as a string.
considering as a
Yeah,
string. Okay,
yes,
okay.
but
So
Yeah, there is
Concatenation
one.
is used.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so object, it shows object. Okay.
Yeah, that is a problem. Okay, not Java. That is a problem when you trying to print, print the object using a concatenation as a string, then it doesn't print. So here as well, I mean, if you want to print, then yeah, we go with this comma, then it gives us the right output. First the object, then an array, uh, yeah, array, yeah, then the number. So yes, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, this is one more way where you can use, but you don't have this option, this functionality in other programming languages. See, in Java I tried to do the same. It said that we cannot do it in this way. We don't have that option. It considers this as arguments. This as an arguments. For print ln method, these are arguments. It considers these as arguments. But when it comes to JavaScript, it went ahead and printed whatever we have declared earlier, whatever we have declared for person, scores, and b. It printed in the manner that we want, and also in the same way which we have created. If it is an object, it printed as object. If it is an array, it printed as array. Then if it is a number, then it printed as number. Yes, yeah, we do have this comma operator used in JavaScript. We have this advantage. So understood till here?
Yes.
Okay, great. So it's the same way. Then we completed this, right? What we completed, and then yeah, same way, if you want to see this, uh, this is like creating a new array with only even numbers from the scores array, and multiply each value with 3, and then sum them all. Okay, for sum them all and give us a one output, then what is the method which we use if we want only single output?
Reduce.
Correct. So that is what used here, reduce. So I've used for sum, and this is for multiplication. So first, what we did, we only filtered. Then we, after filtration, we have done some logic. We have multiplied all the filtered numbers. Okay. Then after multiplying, then we have summed them all and given us the one single output using the reduce method. So we can also chain them. We can also use the chain method. I mean, here, let me go ahead and show. Let me go ahead and take this. Okay. So please practice this. I mean, if you get more examples in online, definitely you'll get more examples in on online chat gpt, anywhere. Practice this, because this is not only for API. When if you want to jump into playwright as well, you will be coming across these methods a lot. And one more very important thing, very important thing. um, okay, uh, if you are applying, okay, let me complete this and then let me discuss that. Okay, so we have let scores as one. Then first what I did, I went ahead and filtered it, where I only wanted the uh, elements, even number elements. Okay, then mapped it with multiplied with 3, only the even number of elements, a new array. Then i get I got the, yeah, I got one number, one output, where I have added all the even number which multiplied, and I got the one as an output. Okay, now let me filter. This is not required. Oh, mm. Then here also I need to use comma. Okay, let me use comma. I think the here it's fine, but still, yeah, we let us. Okay, see, we got it. Same way. uh, Let me comment this. Let me run this. Here actually I need to use comma, because it will give an array. Here we got a number, so if we haven't used If you used plus also, that would have been fine, but here we need to use comma. Okay, now when I run this, see, we got an array. So here I've removed the reduce. Removed the reduce, and I've only filtered and mapped, and then got the output. So this is how you can chain as well. So this is how you, any logic you want, then you can use and that variable is stored in an array. If it is stored in an array, then you can use any of these functions like filter, reduce, or map functions, and then you can get your desired output by reducing the lines of code. It will reduce the lines of code. Okay, so this is a major advantage when using the filter, map, or reduce functions. And yeah, everything is clear till here. Everything is clear. And I will be sharing these examples with you all. I'll be sharing these examples with you all. Just practice once. It is really important. So just practice once, understand, and I've given the clear, what they say, comments as well, how exactly it works and how exactly it. So if you want to read the comments, you can please read the comments. Okay, so that it will be more useful to understand and more easy to practice. Okay, now one more important thing. Uh okay in Notepad only I'll show. Okay, we have API testing. Okay, we have API testing. And how many? There are two. We can also do. Okay, ba- first is manual. Okay, first we do manual testing, then we do automation testing, then we do performance testing. Okay, performance testing. Then we do security testing. Okay, these kind of testings which we usually perform on APS. Database, yes, we do database as well, but mostly we will go with manual, automation, performance, and security, right? So performance, mostly we use Apache JMeter or load runner to perform the uh, performance testing. And for security, there are different tools. And for manual, yes, we can go either with Postman or we can go with SOAP UI. But Postman is most popular, so we'll go with Postman. And in here as well, in Postman, we can do manual plus automation. Okay, manual plus automation. Okay, but there are limitations. We cannot use a complete oops concepts. We cannot use the oops concepts in Postman itself. So for that, many companies are also looking, if you know the knowledge or if you know the working knowledge of either rest assured or rest sharp or playwright or cypress, or I think there are some more like karate and what Catalan Studio. Okay, so these are also tools where you can do a complete automation using the OOPS concepts, and also creating their own frameworks and expanding the automation in a more deeper way, right? So if if you're learning Java, if you're learning Java, then go for rest assured. Okay, go for rest assured. If you're learning C sharp, then go for rest sharp. If you're learning JavaScript, as we are learning JavaScript, and I am not covering the oops concept because I will be only teaching till Postman automation. So I need not to teach oops for this. Okay, but when you're doing an API automation using Playwright or Cypress, that is where you will be using JavaScript. You will be only using JavaScript, but you will also be using OOPS concept. Okay. For Karate and Catalan Studio, I think Karate it's Java and Catalan also we use Java. I think. I'm not sure. Uh, okay, just ignore this. I am not sure about this, so I not. But here, these are the ones. So when you're going for any interviews, okay, when you're going for any interviews, and if they say automation, and if they are asking like rest assured or playwright or cypress or rest sharp, then we need to have a working knowledge on how exactly we can automate APIs, but basic automation will be still done on Postman only, because the basic automation will be done on Postman, and the code checking and all those things will be done on Postman. Then we jump into rest assured. So definitely we need, definitely we need to know how to work on Postman. But later when you go deeper into automation, that is where rest assured or these things come into picture. So I am not sure if I can, I'm not sure if I can um, go with this. I mean, if I can teach playwright, I'm still not sure. Okay, playwright or Cypress, because these are closely related to JavaScript. These are closely related to JavaScript. So it will be easy for me to teach either playwright or Cypress API automation. But for rest assured, if you are from Java background, if you are from Java background, then you can, I I say, I suggest, please start uh, exploring rest assured. Or if you're from C sharp background, then start exploring rest sharp. Okay, because Postman plus rest assured, or Postman plus playwright, or Postman plus Cypress, Postman plus rest not rest sharp is less, but Postman but plus rest assured is more popular in India. In India it's more popular. I'm not sure about other countries. So if they are only asking about Postman, then well and good. Then we need not to worry about all these things. We really need not to worry about all these things. But if the company is expecting you to know the working knowledge of rest assured or playwright or Cypress, especially for API testing, API automation testing, then yes, you need to give time to learn these things. So Playwright and Cypress, it's you can learn quickly when it comes to API testing. The reason being, you know how JavaScript works and how JavaScript runs, and you know the functions, you know the objects. The only thing you need to learn extra is oops. Okay, and oops is same everywhere. Oops is same everywhere. We create class, we create objects, we what we do. Uh, yeah, we encapsulate everything, classes, every object and the properties and methods into one class, which is an encapsulation. And if we inherit from parent to child, then that is inheritance. And if we use method overloading or method overriding, then that is a polymorphism. So it is same everywhere. Every programming language uses the same oops concept. That I think 1 week or 15 days you will definitely learn those things. But yes, if you are from Java background, then you need to go with rest assured. uh, yeah, so that is completely different. That is completely different. Okay, so please make, and it depends upon company and company. Like, every company has their own needs, every company has their own requirements. So, but the basic is always Postman. Now for API testing, everyone looks at Postman. First they look if you are good at manual testing and automating into Postman with the APIs. Then they will jump into rest assured or playwright or Cypress or any other tool in the world. Okay, just wanted to give this give this information to you all, so that when you are preparing for interviews, you will be ready. If they are asking for plus Postman plus something, some other tool, then you will be ready. Okay, what exactly, what language they use, and what is the background, and what exactly we need to learn. Okay.
Yeah, Ashish, you're right. So in USA also it works the same, like postman, just not only postman, but they
mm,
also want rest assured.
mm,
Plus, they also want playwright. So these days, the all the job posting
mm,
by learning one tool, it won't help. We have
mm.
to have multiple tool knowledge.
Yes, true, true. Okay, now
So
when we
they also ask for rest assured plus postman. I have seen both. So
yes.
they both, and even if we talk about playwright, like for the automation,
mm,
then Selenium with Java plus playwright. It's just not about one that if I will learn Selenium with Java, then things will work good for us. No, we'll not get shortlisted.
Correct, true. That I know that, I can say that is the saddest part, because we need to learn everything and we need to know everything. Uh,
Yeah.
but yes, okay. I mean, how can I keep this? Okay, let's say playwright. Okay, playwright is completely new, actually, to be honest. You can still, I mean, there are companies who still depend upon Selenium with Java or Selenium with C Sharp. Okay, but yes, but for API testing, you need to know either rest assured with Postman, or when working with Cypress or Playwright with the API testing, then if you know how to work on API testing using the Playwright and Cypress, that will also suffice. That will also be enough. If you don't know the web automation, how to do web automation on Playwright or using Playwright or Cypress, that is also fine, not a problem. So it all depends upon the company, from company to company, what exactly their needs are, what exactly their requirements are. But there's one thing, uh, how can I say? Java. If you learn Java, C Sharp is similar, very similar, very, very, very similar. If JavaScript is different, okay, JavaScript is not similar to Java or C Sharp, and neither Python is similar to any of other programming languages. So let's say if you are very good at Java, if you are very, very good at Java, I mean core Java, if you are very good at Java, then just stick with Selenium, and then rest assured. Okay, first rest assured. Okay, then yeah, Postman is definitely default. And so these three things will definitely get you through the interviews. Well, if you don't know the Playwright, that is completely fine. If they are asking like Selenium with, and then we need Playwright or we need Cypress, okay, you can say, see, i I know how to automate applications, web automation. I can use Selenium with Java. I've known that. One company might say no, but the other company will definitely consider. The reason being, Playwright is still new. Playwright is still new, and companies are still adapting it, but Selenium is from very long time. Then slowly, if you will have time to learn Playwright. However, you know JavaScript now, so it will be easy for you to learn Playwright. That will not be a problem. But yes, if you are using rest assured and Selenium, then you need to either be you need to be strong in Java, core Java. But if you're using rest sharp, I've seen very less companies asking this. If you want this rest sharp, then go with, you need to be very good at the core C sharp. Python, I'm not sure like what tools. I mean, I think we can use Selenium with Python as well, Playwright with Python as well, but I never looked into this Python language, to be honest. But these things are so, if you know one tool and if you know one language, this will be similar. These also will be like, it will be easy to learn, because arrays, it's all the concepts are same. I mean, we have data types, we have operators, we have loops, we have conditional statements, we have arrays, we have only in JavaScript we have JavaScript object, but you don't have that in Java or C sharp. You don't have Java object separately, C sharp object separately. So yeah, there will be difficulty, to be honest. Why I don't want to lie. There will be difficulty in the beginning, but once you get to know one language deeply, and once you get to know one tool how it works, then others, it will be easy. It will be very easy. So if you know Java, then C sharp will be easy. But for JavaScript, it's not closely related. Sadly, it is not closely related to Java or C sharp. So that is the reason, when if you are learning Selenium with Java, Selenium with C sharp, then yeah, you will be confused with the syntax, and you will be confused like what exactly I need to write here. But yes, little struggle will be there, and also companies' requirements are different. So all the very best I can say. I think I've given a lot of bashing. I mean, lot of sorry, but yeah, just wanted to discuss this. And one more thing, if you have a gap, if you have a gap, please do not worry. Companies will not consider it if you know the knowledge. If you have the knowledge that they want, if you have that knowledge, gap doesn't give any negative points at all. Doesn't give negative points at all. So please do not worry about if there is any career gap. Please do not worry about it. And one more thing, okay, not now, we'll discuss that later because this is huge actually. This is huge. So yes, any other questions, any other doubts, any queries, or anything related to interviews, or anything? I think not. Hello.
Yes, Ashish, not now. I don't
Okay.
have anything as of now.
Okay, great, great. Yeah, just keep learning. To be honest, you have to learn. You have to learn something new every day. Every day you have to learn something new, or else then it you will be left off. That is what I can see. You have to know many things because companies are expecting many things from a employee, that he has to do many things. So yes, all the very best I can say. And yes, definitely you
Thank
can do
you.
it. Yeah, you can do it. There's, I mean, once you know one thing, it will be easy to learn other things as well. This there will be not much difference and not much difficulty. But the first step which you take, first learning which you do, that you need to do more. If you want to go with API testing, Postman and rest assured, or Postman with some Playwright or Cypress. Then if you want to go with web automation, then Selenium with Java or C Sharp. Or if you're starting with Playwright or Cypress, then yeah, you have to make sure that you can do any automation, anything using that particular tool. Then others will be easy peasy. Okay, so that is all for today. Uh, okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. We'll complete this JavaScript. Once we complete the JavaScript, then we'll jump into Postman. It's very close. Completing JavaScript is very close. Okay, and all the very best I can say. And please, yeah, please learn and please practice. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. What happened? Why so silent? Did I talk too much?
No, no.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's
Thank
good.
you, everyone. Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
thank
Good
you. Bye
night.
bye. Good night.